Your church may be going live every Sunday and still not have a YouTube strategy. Let me say that again. Your church may be going live every Sunday and still not have a YouTube strategy because live streaming is not the same as outreach. Going live is an event, okay? But what happens after the live stream ends? Does the replay get titled properly? Does the thumbnail get to make somebody want to click on it? Does the description tell YouTube and the viewer what the message is all about? Does it get clips into shorts for YouTube videos throughout the week? Does it have a prayer link in it? Or maybe a salvation link? Maybe a visitor link or some type of next step? Or does it just sit there with 12 views, no comments, and a title that says Sunday morning worship service? Come on, y'all. Come on, Pastor. Come on, Pastor. Come on, Pastor. I'm not saying that to shame you, okay? No, don't take it that way. I am not saying that to shame you. I'm saying it because your church may already be doing the hard part, right? You're already preaching. You're already gathering. You're already streaming, right? You're already serving, right? But the missing piece may be the system after the stream. Hello, everybody. This is Elder Derrick Strickland with Church Visibility Coach, where we help pastors, churches, and church media teams and ministry leaders become more visible on YouTube. And today I want to talk to you about your church live stream, and how your church live stream is not automatically a YouTube strategy, because your church does not need to be famous. Okay, your church needs to be findable. Right now, let me be clear. I'm not against live streaming. Right, I live stream. Live stream is a blessing, right? It helps the sick and the shut in, right? It helps members who are traveling. It helps people who cannot get to the building. It helps family members watch from other cities, right? And it helps your church extend beyond the four walls, and that's amazing. So I thank God for live streaming, right? But pastors, listen. Pastor, listen to me. Live stream by itself is not a strategy. Okay? Now, it's a tool, but it's not a strategy all by itself, right? And a tool only works when there's a system around it. Okay? A camera is not the strategy. A microphone is not a strategy. A live stream link is not a strategy. Right? Facebook Live is not a strategy. I know, I'm sorry I stepped on some toes right there, but Facebook Live is not a strategy. A YouTube replay sitting on your channel with no title strategy, no thumbnail strategy, no description or no clips, and no next step is not outreach. You know what it is? It's storage. Yep, just a place for you to just store your Sunday service, man, and it was an anointed service. It's just storage when you don't have a strategy behind it, though. And a lot of churches are using YouTube like a storage closet, right? They are storing their services, they're storing their sermons, their Bible studies, and their live streams. But they are not turning those messages into searchable, findable, strategic outreach. And that's a problem. That's a problem, Pastor. See, the live stream happened, but the outreach didn't continue. Right? We're talking about showing you how to make your sermon preach every day of the week. All right? See, the sermon was preached, but the replay was buried. Right? The worship was powerful, but there was no clear next step for the person watching later. Right? Pastor, if your church is serious about reaching people online, you cannot think about the live moment like it's just something that we just do. No, you got to be serious about what happens after the live stream ends, right? You have to think about the life of the message after the live stream, right? Because on YouTube, the replay may matter more than it does online when it's live, right? Let me say that again. On YouTube, the replay may matter more than the live, right? Because the live audience is limited to who's available at that moment. Okay, but the replay can work for days, weeks, months, and even years if it's packaged correctly. It's got to be packaged correctly, you all. Somebody might not watch your service live on Sunday at 11 a.m., but they may search YouTube on Tuesday night at 1:30 in the morning, and they may be grieving, they may be disencouraged, they may be battling depression, they may be wondering if God still loves them. They may be trying to understand salvation. Right? They may be looking for prayer. And if your replay is titled and packaged and positioned correctly, that sermon can still minister to them while you sleep. Hello, somebody. But if your replay is sitting there as a Sunday service, they may not ever find that replay, right? That's why live stream is not enough, right? Now, I want to give you 5 reasons your live stream may not be working as outreach. Number 1, check this out. The title is written for members and not the searchers, okay? A lot of live stream titles sound like this: Sunday morning worship service, or morning glory, or Sunday service July 12th. Right? Pastor Smith preaching, Bible study replay. Right now, there's nothing sinful about those titles. Don't get me wrong when I say that. But they do not tell the searching person why they should click on the video. They're not telling them, right? They don't answer the question. They don't speak to the pain that they may be feeling. They don't even name the outcome that they are looking for. They don't tell YouTube who the video is for and what the video is really about. See, a member may know what Sunday morning worship means, right? One of your members that go to your church pastor, they may know that. But a person searching for help does not know if the service is going to speak to grief, prayer, salvation, forgiveness, anxiety, fear, marriage, or discouragement. Right? They don't know when you have those vague titles, right? So instead of only saying Sunday morning worship, you may need to title it like How to Trust God When Life Feels Unfair, right? Or What to Do When You Feel Spiritually Tired, or God Can Still Restore You After Failure, right? Or How to Keep Praying When You Feel Discouraged. That does not change the message. It just makes the message more findable. Right? Number two, man, I'm giving you all, I know I'm dropping some gems today. I know it. Number 2, the thumbnail doesn't give people a reason to stop. That thumbnail should grab the person by the collar and pull them close. Like, watch me. This is for you. Don't pass by. This is your help. Right? See, the live stream thumbnail is not just a picture. Okay? It's a visual front door for the message. See, if the thumbnail is dark, blurry, or too busy, or just a screenshot of the sanctuary, it may not create enough clarity for somebody to click. On YouTube, people make decisions fast. They see the title, they see the thumbnail, and they decide whether they're going to stop or scroll. Right? And if the thumbnail does not communicate the pain, the promise, and the reason to watch your powerful message, I'm telling you, gonna be ignored. And man, you know you was going in on that message. You know you were sweating all over the place, man. You shouted, you danced, you spoke in tongue, and ain't nobody searched for it. Now make that make sense. Right? Pastor, this is not about being gimmicky, okay? This is about making the message clear. If the sermon is about trusting God in hard seasons, the thumbnail needs to communicate that. If the sermon is about forgiveness, the thumbnail needs to communicate that. If the sermon is about prayer, the thumbnail needs to communicate that. See, the thumbnail should help viewers say, oh, this is for me. Click, right? Number 3, here it is. The replay has no description strategy, right? A lot of churches leave the description blank, or they only put the church name down there, or they put a giving link down there, or they put a date down there. But the description is a very valuable place. Let me tell you why. Listen, the description should tell the viewer what the message is about. It should include keywords around the topic, right? It should include a scripture. It should include prayer or salvation next steps. Right? It should include how to connect with the church. It should include the title and topic in a very clear way, right? It should not be ignored by us. If YouTube is a search engine, man, the clarity matters, right? A strong description helps the viewer and helps the platform understand the video, okay? Number 4, the live stream is not being repurposed. Yeah, Pastor, this is where churches are leaving a lot on the table. Okay? They're leaving a lot on the table. You done preached the sermon. They done captured it on video. They already did the hard work. But after the service over, that one live stream can become more than one piece of content. It can become one full replay. It can become 3 shorts. It can become 1 prayer clip. It can become 1 sermon highlight, 1 community post. It can become 1 email devotional. It could become 1 quote graphic, 1 follow-up question for engagement, 1 teaching clip for your media team to post later. Okay, that's how you turn one message into an outreach engine. Right? But if you go live and end the stream and never touch it again, you're letting the message die in the archives. See, the replay ain't the end, you all. Pastor, the replay is not the end. The replay is the beginning of the content system. See, number 5, here it is. There is no viewer next step. The people on YouTube that is watching, they only going to do what you told them to do. Right? It has to have a clear call to action. Okay? No next steps. See, this is the big one here. Somebody watches your live stream replay. Man, God touched them. They get convicted. They needed that prayer. They want salvation. They want to visit your church and join. They want to talk to somebody, right? They want to ask a question. What do they do next? Right? Is there a prayer link? Is there a salvation form? Is there a text keyword? Is there a visitor connection link for them? Is there a way to reach the church? Is there a next video that they should watch? There it is. Is there a next video they should watch? If the answer is no, then the live stream may have gotten views, but it did not create a connection. All right? And outreach is not just about being seen. Outreach is helping people to take the next step. That's what outreach is all about, right? That's why your live stream needs a system. Now, let me give you the principle scripture, right? The principle from the scripture. Habakkuk 2:2, it says, write the vision and make it plain upon the tables that he may run that readeth it. Make it plain. That is the principle. Your YouTube strategy should make the message plain. Okay, the title should make it plain. The thumbnail should make it plain. The description should make it plain. The next step should be plain and easy to do. Because if the message is confusing, people will not run with it. They'll scroll right past it. Pastor, clarity is not compromise. Clarity is actually service. You are serving the person who needs the message by making the message easier to find. Okay? Easier to understand and easier to respond to. Now, here's where the leadership issue comes. A lot of pastors think the live stream is just a media team job. Yeah? But visibility is not just a media team issue. Right? It's a leadership issue. Right? The media team can press the button. They can run the camera. Right? They can handle the sound. They can upload the replay. But somebody has to lead with the strategy. Somebody has to say this message is for people that is grieving. The sermon needs a searchable title. The clip needs to become shorts, right? The replay needs a better thumbnail. The description needs to have a prayer next step, right? The video needs to point people somewhere. And you're wondering why your church ain't filling up because you ain't told them to come. You ain't pointed them to come meet you when your church doors open. They don't even know the address to the church. Come on, somebody. Man, see, this is what leadership is all about. That's why I keep saying your church does not need a random YouTube tip, okay? Your church needs a visibility system. Yeah, you need a visibility system. A system that says before the service, we know the sermon direction. Right? During the service, we capture the message clearly. Right? After the service, we package the replay. Right? And then we repurpose the strongest moments from the service. Then we point viewers to the next step. That's how live streaming becomes outreach. Let me give you a simple live stream visibility system. Here I go again, man. About to drop some gems on you. Listen up. Step number 1, before the service, know the message focus, right? Get with the pastor, find out, pastor, what's the focus of the message you're bringing today? Even if the sermon title is not final, know the burden, right? Is this a message about faith? Is it about prayer? Is it about forgiveness? Is it about grief? Is it about salvation? Is it about discouragement? What about holiness or spiritual warfare? Is it about restoration? If you know the focus, the media team can start thinking about the packaging. Okay? Step number 2, after the service, create a searchable YouTube title. Don't just upload the replay with a date. I need you to ask yourself when you're building this title, what would a hurting person search for? Right? What problem does the message answer? Yeah. What outcome does the sermon offer? Right. Step number 3, create a thumbnail that matches the title or the message. All right. Not a random screenshot, not tiny text either, not clutter. Please do not make this YouTube thumbnail clutter. Right? A clear thumbnail with 2 to 4 words that create tension and curiosity. Step number 4, I need you to write a description that helps the viewer and the platform. See, include the topic, include the scripture, include what the message really helped with, okay? Include the prayer salvation next steps, include how to connect with the church, right? Step number 5, pull the shorts, right? Pull the short clips from the live stream. See, find the strongest 30 to 60-second moments during the whole live stream. Look at the lines. Look for lines that stand alone, right? Look for moments that stand alone. Look for moments that speak to the pain. Moments where the pastors give a clear spiritual takeaway, right? And then those become shorts. Step number 6, give the viewer a next step. That could be text prayer. That could be text save. That could be visit the church website, join the email list. That could be register for class or submit a prayer request, right? But don't leave the people hanging, you all. Why are we going to leave the people hanging? Don't leave the people hanging, okay? If God used the video to touch them, give them the door to walk through. Some people will never visit your church until they see how you operate online and the next steps that you give them on that replay live stream. Now, Pastor, I want you to think about your last live stream. Yeah, what happened after it ended? Did anybody retitle it? Did anybody redesign the thumbnail? Did anybody write a strong description? Right? Did anybody clip the strongest moments when you were straight up preaching, you was in high, you had your hand back here and you had your head ripped? Did anybody clip it? Right? Did anybody add the next step? Like, meet us again next week here at 123 Church Street, where we believe in this, and that. Come and join us. Okay? Did anybody check how the people responded? Right? If the answer is no, Pastor, then that live stream may have been an event, but it was never yet an outreach system. But I need you to know, and I want to encourage you to tell you that this is fixable. Okay, that's why I am not here to beat churches up. Okay, and that ain't what I do. Right, I'm here to help churches build. Right, because most churches are not invisible because they don't care. Right, most churches are invisible because nobody ever gave them a system. Right, they were told to go live. They were told to get a camera. They were told to put the service online, but they were not taught how to turn that live stream into visibility. And that is the work right there. That is what Church Visibility Coach is all about. I am your church visibility coach. Helping pastors and churches become findable. Helping media team understand the assignment. Helping sermons become searchable. Helping live stream become real outreach tools. Helping churches stop treating YouTube like storage and start using it like a digital front door. Because somebody is searching, somebody is hurting right now, somebody needs prayer right now, somebody needs Bible teaching right now, somebody needs to hear the gospel right now, somebody needs hope, and your church may already have the message that they need. But if the live stream is buried, untitled, unclicked, or disconnected from the next step, they may never find it, right? So here's my challenge to you. Now, I'm not going to challenge you to stop live streaming, okay? Upgrade what happens after the live stream. Don't just go live. Build a system, okay? Build a system. Don't just upload. Man, package the message, right? Don't just count the views. I need you to create a pathway, All right. Don't just stream for members, right? Stream for the person that's going to search for the video later as well. All right. That's how your live stream becomes outreach ministry. Now, listen, if you know your church needs to become more visible on YouTube, I want you to text the word visible, VISIBLE, to 1-833-304-3312. It'll be down in the description. And I want to send you the church visibility checklist. Okay. I want to send you that. It walks through 7 things every church needs before YouTube becomes a real outreach engine. Right. Again, text visible, VISIBLE, right, to 1-833-304-3312 and get your church visibility checklist. Because your church does not need to become famous. Your church needs to become findable, right? And if you're already live streaming, you already have the raw material, right? Now you need a visibility system, all right? So this is Elder Derrick Strickland with Church Visibility Coach, helping churches become visible on YouTube. I will see you all on the next video. Peace.